Hello everyone, my name is Megan from my channel. Welcome back. You cannot tell by the title of today's video. I spent a lot of money at Sephora. I'm going to do the calculation and tell you right here, probably, how much money exactly it was, because it was a pretty penny, let me tell you that. So I guess like so much for my no buy, right? Or it was a low buy. But honestly, I'm really happy with just about everything that I've bought. So my original plan, by the way, if this seems chaotic, it's because it is. My original plan was to do like, here's my haul, and then all the makeup is on my face, so now you'll watch me like get ready with me like through my thoughts. However, I filmed that part at like 6 o'clock this morning, and when I tell you that I didn't even realize I wasn't talking until like my third or fourth step in the makeup application process, that's not an exaggeration. So now I'm like, okay, do I want to just use that as B-roll, or do I want to like voice over the get ready with me part? I don't know. So I guess you'll find out when I find out, which will be in the editing process. But let me know down below, going forward, if I can remember to do that. Would you prefer it to be like haul, get ready with me all in one video, or just like haul with B-roll of me like actually applying the products? Let me know, because I'm fine doing either way, but I just don't know. Again, that was my plan, and now here we go. Yes. Okay, Milo went to the vet this morning, so here he is, happy that he's set free from, you know, the confines of the veterinarian's office. But anyway, without further ado, I have not sorted this out at all, because after I'm not even wearing lip gloss. Totally had every intention, you know, 45 seconds ago of putting on some lip gloss before we started doing this. It's just gonna be chaos today. It's fine. Okay, you'll learn what that is later. So anyway, and everything's still in the box, because like I had this whole vision, and then, you know, it's just not going quite to plan. So anyway, let's go ahead and start off with some samples when I get there. So sorry. Okay. So let's go ahead and start off with some samples. Hey, can you not do that, please? I have a sample of the Giorgio Armani My Way perfume, as well as the Jo Malone Wild Bluebell cologne. So I'm excited about those. I just enjoy trying little perfume samples out. I also picked up the Paula's Choice 2% BHA exfoliating liquid. Hey, so it's a little bit lower today. Can we not do that, please? I also ended up with the Nutrafol Root Purifier Scalp Microbiome Shampoo. And what I'm very excited about is I have 2 of these Shu Uemura Art of Hair Ultimate Reset Extreme Repair Treatment for Very Damaged Hair, which I feel like is kind of what I have. I just need that extra bit of something. So I'm excited about those. I also used 100 points to pick up a mini of the Unreal Liquid Blush from Hourglass. This one is in the shade Scene. This stuff, I did try it out the other day. I'm gonna be totally honest. I had this whole vision again of being like first impressions, but my boxes did not come at the same time. And so like, what was I supposed to do? Just like not touch all my makeup for like a week while I was waiting on the rest of it to come in? Obviously not. So a lot of these actually I do have thoughts on. Plus again, I used them this morning. So I can give you at minimum a first impression of most things, and at maximum, you know, more information than that. So, but this is in the shade Scene, and it's very, very pretty, honestly. I really like the formula. I was thinking about getting a full size of this, but I saw that this was an option, so I opted for this. Again, I've tried it once. It looks gorgeous on the skin, super soft. I'm a fan. Oh, I also ended up with the Dolce & Gabbana Devotion little perfume sample as well. Okay. Totally random, but this is the Dior Sauvage Eau de Toilette. It's the like 60 mil, I think, 30 mil. So that is for Nicholas. He will get that as a graduation gift, I guess. And then for hair care, before I jump into makeup, my cat is just really loving up on my tripod right now. So if we notice some shaking, it's him. He's hey, I really need you to not do this right now, please and thank you. So for hair anyway, this is from Day. It's the Cactus Fruit 3-in-1 Styling Cream. I've used this a few different ways so far. I used it just to kind of like slick back a ponytail once, really liked it for that. Then yesterday morning I wet my hair and I used it as a styling cream. Don't care for it that way. My hair just has like a texture to it now. Not really a fan of it in that form. However, again, just for like slicking back flyaways or like, you know, slicking back certain parts of my hair, I really like it. It smells really nice. It seems very hydrating. So yeah, I am excited to get some use on that. And honestly, why not open it up? This is what the bottle looks like. Super cute. 5 ounces, I believe. Yeah. So I am looking forward to getting some use on that. Now jumping into makeup, and I think no particular order, and again, this is where we'll find out if I have B-roll or if I'm doing a get ready with me at the end. I don't know. But this is the One Size Beauty Until Dawn setting spray. I have not used this yet. It's the mattifying waterproof setting spray, like I said. I picked this up because I'm leaving, day that I'm filming this is Tuesday. You'll see this next Monday, but I'm leaving tomorrow on Wednesday to go to Stagecoach in California. If everything goes according to plan, I will have some like shorts posted, some like get ready with me, like going around Stagecoach. So if you're interested in that, please check those out. Again, right now I don't know how well that'll be. That's my intention, but we'll see what actually happens. But I feel like it's supposed to be hot in the desert. Why not have a solid mattifying setting spray that everybody says is waterproof, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Also in the setting spray vein, this is the Kosas Cloud Set setting spray. Box looks like this, bottle looks like this. I have worn this, I believe 3 times now, including today, and honestly, I really like it. It holds my makeup well. It doesn't like totally dry out my skin. Like I feel like it leaves a nice, like natural, beautiful finish to the skin. Now, would this be enough to get me through Stagecoach? I don't know, but potentially them like together, maybe. Just brainstorming here. So I am very, very happy that I purchased this, and I'm definitely looking forward to continuing using it because I really like it. I'm a fan. The sprayer on it is like phenomenal. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but like it's aggressive enough where it's not just like, oh my goodness, the spray just appears into the universe. And I hope it landed on my face, but it's like still finely milled enough, or like finely milled, it's still like fine enough of a spray that it doesn't really leave residue on my face or anything like that. So I really, really like it. I also picked up from Makeup Forever the artist, you know, pencil, lip liner, whatever, in Anywhere Caffeine. I was really, really in between Anywhere Caffeine and what's the other one? Wherever Walnut. But I did opt for Anywhere Caffeine just because as pale and like pink complected as I am, the Wherever Walnut pulled a little bit more pink, and I have plenty of pink lip liners. This one pulled more neutral brown or like neutral leaning warm. So that's what I went for because that's kind of what I prefer on my complexion. So there is that. Similar vein, I also picked up from Makeup Forever. This is the Power Boost Gloss. This one is also in the shade Anywhere Caffeine. I did decide to do the matching colors on that one. Here's my thing with this gloss. I've worn it a handful of times. I truly have a love-hate with it. Once it's on and it's been on for a hot minute, gorgeous. Beautiful, saturation, stunning. However, it like, the smell of it, like if I just smell it, I don't notice the smell. But when I put it on, it has a taste. And that taste, it tastes like I drank a bottle of floral perfume and it kind of burns my throat a little bit. Now, after about 5-10 minutes, that's gone. And it's just like that cool, tingly, plumping feeling. But those first 5-10 minutes are pretty miserable. So I don't know. Again, once it's on, once it's been applied, it sits beautifully. It's like a nice, like super slick, you know, pillowy, cushiony, whatever. But it's pretty miserable to put on. So I don't know exactly how I feel about that. I'm glad I bought it. It's funny because Khaki Reviews Makeup, I think that's her tag, is Khaki Reviews Makeup, said that she hated that gloss. It was like too many people had like too many thoughts. But then Samantha March said that she loved the gloss, so I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. Like, I trust both of them, like, I'll give it a shot. And I kind of agree with them both. Like, it's a wonderful gloss once it's on. However, that first 5-10 minutes is really, really bad. So, I don't know. Anyway, do with that information what you will. I'm gonna continue using it, but like, we're gonna figure it out along the way, truly, and just kind of see how that goes. Similar, oddly enough, but different. This is from Say Beauty. It is the Glossy Bounce Lip Gloss in the shade Bounce. The Glossy Bounce Lip Gloss in Bounce. Interesting. Okay. Well, Bounce is like this mauve sort of a tone. It is what I just put on my lips. So it's kind of like a My Lips, but like slightly different. I'm not gonna say My Lips, but better, but My Lips, but slightly different. And similar thing, it smells familiar, but not a good familiar. It smells and tastes, again, just for the first little bit, like it's an unscented product, right? Because Say is a clean beauty brand. So it's like that unscented product, but you can like smell the chemicals. Does that make sense? It's a little bit unsettling. It almost feels like it's gone off, but I don't think it has. I think it's just like clean beauty. I don't know. It smells like something and I can't quite put my finger on it. And like not in a good way, but I mean, once it's on, it's very, very pretty. It's very comfortable. I do enjoy it. It's just, again, that initial application, it's like, ooh, do I like this? Again, once it's on, fine. But yeah, interesting experiences. Also a lip product. I think this is my last lip product. This is the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in the iced coffee shade flavor, whatever you want to call it, scent. I have used this a handful of times, and honestly, I really, really like it. I'm gonna be very honest. I do think it was worth the $24. Personally, sometimes, like, I usually use Aquaphor at night. This lasts until the morning. The Aquaphor, like, doesn't, like, it'll absorb into my lips, whatever. This lasts, like, when I wake up in the morning, this is still on my lips. My only few problems with it is, I love the scent. Absolutely am obsessed with this iced coffee smell. I love this smell. However, there isn't a flavor to it. And so I think my brain can't quite figure out what is happening. Cause like, obviously, like when you put on a lip product, like some of it's bound to get into your mouth. And so in my brain, it's like, oh, iced coffee scent, sweet flavor, and it just tastes like lip gloss. Does that make sense? I promise I'm not out here eating tubes of lip gloss. But like, it's just something about the thickness of it. While I love the scent, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just weird in my brain. The only other thing I would say is this is slightly tinted, obviously. And while I do really love the lip contourness of this, I find that it kind of like outside my lip line will bleed a little bit. So I think I would have been better off just getting a like the clear shade, like the vanilla one, as opposed to this one, because that just looks kind of messy. But honestly, like then I just clean it up a little bit. Like it's not the end of the world, but it's not something that I would feel super confident applying it without a mirror, like if I'm just out and about. So that's kind of my gripe. Like if it's a $24 lip product, like I want to be able to throw it in my purse and like take it somewhere and feel confident using it. And I know that I don't feel confident using it in that regard. So I don't know, but if I like just, you know, do like a little like cleanup, whatever, like it's fine. But those are my thoughts. I do really like it, but I kind of wish that I'd maybe gone like the vanilla route instead. Moving on to two brow gels I picked up. If you are not new here, you should know, especially in recent videos, I have been pining over the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. This is my all-time favorite brow gel. I absolutely adore it. It is like, it's a little stuck together. It has like a slight like sweet scent, I don't know. But it has like a flat side for lamination, which I don't use, but I just love how precise the bristles are, and it just locks my brows in place, and I know they're not going anywhere. So I finally told myself, I can't remember which videos it was, but there have been a few that I've been talking about this product. Like, clearly I just miss it, and so I might as well just spend the $27 and buy it. When I was doing that, somebody, was it by Christina's Studio? May have been her. was talking about the Brow Harmony Flexible Lifting Gel. And whomever it was, I think it was by Christina Studio. I feel bad. I don't remember who exactly it was, but somebody said that these two are very similar, and I was like, you know what? I'll try it. And sure enough, I'm not gonna say I like this better because it's a little bit different. This one is like more of a flexible hold, whereas this one is like my brows are not going anywhere. However, I'm a fan of this little one from Rare Beauty. Like, it's a great little spoolie. If you don't want to shell out $27, this is a more affordable option at $19. However, I was curious and I looked up the price per ounce, and if you actually do price per ounce, the Benefit one is cheaper. Just throwing that out there. This is like $1.26 per ounce. This one is like $1.19 per ounce. So like not a huge difference. But if that is something that you do take into account, I think it's something important to note. They're both really good options. Just throwing that out there. I can't see a world where I would go wrong with either of these. 10 out of 10 recommend. Okay. Then I also picked up from one of y'all's recommendation, actually. I was talking about how my MAC paint pot is like old and I wanted something new in its place. So this is from Bobbi Brown. It is the Longwear Cream Shadow Stick. This one's in the shade Bone, and it is what I've been using the last couple days to kind of like set my eyelids. The only problem is I actually, this morning, like this just fell out. It seems to be in there again, but this morning I opened it and it fell out. So I don't know how to take that, but it's the ombre, yeah, the Longwear Cream Shadow Stick. I am a fan of this so far. I was contemplating if Bone was the right color to get. I think I made the right choice, but I haven't noticed like more creasing than normal with my eyeshadows throughout the day, so I'm a fan of it. I like it, and I also like that while I get definitely a ton more product with the paint pot, I feel like I'm going to use this before it expires, so that's good too. I'm definitely interested to see how my thoughts may change as this goes on. I don't want to sit here and be like, I recommend it, but like so far I like it. I'm a fan. I don't dislike it. It's a good option. So thank you to whomever recommended that, because I'm happy with it. As far as a pressed powder is concerned, I wanted to try the Tower 28 Get Set powder. I picked it up in Translucent Trussels. It is just a translucent powder. I did use it to set my under eyes today, so again, you'll either see that later on when I do the Get Ready With Me, or else you're actively watching it during the B-roll clips. I've only used it the one time, so I will have to see like wear test how it actually goes, but I don't have any problems with it on like first application, so that's cool. Okay, I was convinced by Khaki Reviews Makeup. I'm pretty sure it's Khaki Reviews Makeup. My brain is like Reviews Beauty. I'm pretty positive it's Reviews Makeup. I've been obsessed with her channel, by the way, last like few weeks. Like that's on repeat. But this is the Danessa Myricks Beauty Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint in the shade 2. Again, this is what I am wearing today, so either spoiler for later or else you're watching it right now. But I think it's a pretty good color match for me. I kind of guesstimated on it. She's also shade 2, which honestly is really nice because I feel like I'm so ridiculously pale that when other people say they're pale, I'm like, yeah, but I don't think your tone is gonna help. Hi. Like, but I don't think your, like, you know, your shade match is necessarily gonna help it. She said she's also shade 2, which means that I feel like I think we're pretty close. But again, I don't have any sort of comments on longevity. I just put this on for the first time this morning, got delivered last night. So I like it on first application. I think my skin looks very healthy and dewy and glowy and just like I'm doing well with my life. So I'm excited though to see how that wears on me and how it goes over time. And then for some big ticket items from Gucci, I picked up the blush in the shade Tender Apricot, shade 2. Okay. Really, really weird, super personal gripe with this product. In my brain, this opens up backwards. I feel like, and maybe it's because I'm right-handed, most of my products push from the right side. This one pushes from the left. So like rather than it, like it has a little lifter right here, right? And rather than it lifting on the right side, it lifts on the left. And I don't know how to handle that, honestly. obviously I'll just lift it from the left. But I don't know, that was just like a weird, like super niche personal thing, but something that I feel like is probably worth noting. I don't know. Oh my goodness, Milo. This is that apricot shade. It's different from pretty much every other blush that I have, and so that's why I bought it. But then I was like, oh my goodness, Megan, if it's different from every blush that you have, are you gonna wear it? The answer is yes. I bought it because I'm very big on like corals and apricots during the summer months. And so again, I just think that it adds a little bit of extra life to my cheeks. I, so far, again, cannot attest to longevity of it, but first application, very, very pretty, very, very nice. 10 out of 10, very smooth. I'm a fan. So again, don't take that as like, oh, you know, I don't know how I'm gonna like it as time goes on, but as of right now, after using it one time today, I like it so far. And then lastly, also from Gucci, this is the powder bronzer in the shade 1 Fair. So what I do really like about this bronzer, and again, it is on today, it definitely has like a rosy-ish tone to it. This is very similar when I swatched it out yesterday to the like tones of the butter bronzer, NYX butter bronzer, and like the fairest, you know, #1 shade, whatever that is. It's again very pink rosy undertone, at least this one is. I don't know how the undertones change as like the product gets deeper, but for me, as a very pale, you know, cool undertoned light complected person, when I tan, like naturally, I turn like a pinky tan, not so much like an orangey tan. So for me, this is perfect. It looks very, very natural on the skin, and I just think that this is awesome. Again, only used it once. It does have a slight fragrance, like a slight floral fragrance. It smells like how my Gucci lipstick smells, which I think is a little bit odd, but I understand it's like luxury beauty. Gucci has floral scented things, but still a little bit odd in my brain. It's like, oh, lipstick. But anyway, that is, now I want to stick my nose in this and see if this also smells floral. Maybe vaguely, but not as noticeable as that bronzer. So I guess if you're wondering, also, this does not come with a little like case, but the other one does. Again, just random things to notice. Not that I care, but I just think it's interesting. Okay. What do you think, Milo? He says, I have no thoughts. If you guys could see him, where's my phone actually? I'll take a picture of what he looks like right now. Oh, we're rolling, we're rolling. We're moving. We're a psychopath. Isn't that right, Bubba? So anyway, that is everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I don't know if this is coming after my you watch me apply my makeup, or if this is like b-roll and now you're just like we're at the end of the video. But anyway, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I appreciate it. Give a thumbs up down below. Leave a comment if you want to want to see more of me in the future. Please subscribe down below as well. And with that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.